Hello, my people! Welcome to another episode of the Risky News. My name is Harlow the Hawk, and today we're gonna be summarizing whatever happened in the week up to November 24th. 2024, and we're going to be looking ahead into the next upcoming week. Here in the US, it's going to be the Thanksgiving week. So for those of you, my people in the US or other places that they celebrate the day of Thanksgiving, even if it's not your religion or whatever, just it's a day to spend that with family. So hey, hopefully you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving week. Also, you have an even better day with your families, and you can enjoy it again, even if you don't celebrate that tradition. It's just a good day to just stay with your family. So hopefully you guys enjoy that for everybody here in the US and everywhere else in the world where you celebrate the Thanksgiving break, okay? Now, let us start with the episode 14 right away, and we are going to go with some HarlowRisk announcements. Let's just talk about the channel fairly quick. The first thing that I want to tell you all is that... the first thing that I want to tell you all is that there is not going to be I'm not going to be streaming next Tuesday and next Friday. I want to take the week to spend some time with my family. I want to do some fun stuff with my wife, with my kids, and I just don't want to have that in the back of my hand that I have to like rush up some things because it's also going to be my mother-in-law's birthday, and I don't want to have that in the back of my head that I have to I'd rather just take the week off and come back next Sunday with more energy and more strength and just a little bit more of the risky news for you guys for whatever happened this past week, okay? So that is the first thing. There is not going to be stream any next Tuesday or next Friday, but we are coming back next Sunday. And having said that, also, starting next Sunday, I'm going to be starting all the streamings, all the days that I stream. That is going to be all Tuesdays or Fridays and all Sundays. I'm going to start streaming at 3 UTC from now on. That is easier for me. I have like I stream 3 days a week, and I stream at 3 different times. And it is hard to coordinate stuff with my family, or I think it's even hard for you people that would like to follow me to actually remember at what time do I stream what day. So I think it's easier for you guys, and it's easier for me if I just simplify everything and I just go to a same day, same time every day. Yeah, this is the news, Invitational. This is the news. I'm just doing some announcement before I continue. And this is part of the news. I am giving the news, and I'm saying that we're gonna be moving all the streamings Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sunday. All of them are gonna be starting at 3 UTC or 9 CST if you are in the US. And this is gonna be that time, regardless if daylight saving time. It doesn't matter if you are in the US. I'm gonna be starting at 9 CST Central Time. Yeah, 9 p.m. CST, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So that way, it's gonna be easier for you guys to know when I am on, and it's also gonna be easier for me to plan my day ahead, and I'm able to do more stuff with my family while I'm able to do a better job. So hopefully, I will continue to see you those days at that time. Now, moving on, I am Invitational. Now that you said that, well, I am doing some partnership with WRLD. I am helping them with whatever they need because I am open to helping whatever I can do. I think professional risk takers, they're having like really nice initiatives with what they're doing with their program. I think WRLD, they're also doing really good jobs. And I think the best thing that we can do is help all of these initiatives, because if you want to have more exposure and you want to have better tournaments, the better that these organizations, they work, they grow, the better it is for the community. So I am helping anybody that needs my help with whatever I can help. I am here to help them with anything that I can do. And yeah, I am collaborating in different stuff with the WRLD guys. I like them. I like what they're doing. Yeah, I am planning of doing some stuff with them. But I'm also like, there is going to be a time whenever I'm going to go back and do some stuff back with PRT. I'm just taking some time to regroup some of the things that I'm doing. And part of that regrouping is this. But there is a lot of stuff that is coming from WRLD. Just keep tuned. And last week, it was really, really fun. And also, since we're here, I want to thank you all for joining us there. It was really fun to having that talk with Pete. Now, moving on with the risky news, folks. Of course, we're going to be starting with the Risk Tournament 2024. right now we are moving to the 4th round, and in this 4th round, the map is going to be the grip of the North, world domination, no blizzards, no fog of war, no portal, auto placement, progressive, card bonuses 60 seconds, and of course we have these special conditions that I am loving them, even though I feel victim to them every now and then, but I am loving them because if you have a game that is stalemating, nobody wants to be playing like 2 hours for the game. So I love this special win condition that the guys that are putting together these tournaments they're doing, because it makes sure that it progresses the game in a good way. Even, hey, I have been in the short end of the special rules for stalemates, because I haven't been paying attention to the round order. And again, nothing wrong with that. That is my fault. But I am loving this, and I think this is really good to make sure that the games speed up a little bit. So I want to congratulate everybody that in their tournaments they're making these rules. Okay, moving on. So the special rule is going to be 70% whenever you go to round 31. So you have to pay attention to the number of rounds that you are in, just to ensure that you can seize the opportunity to run the 70%. So how that map looks? Well, this is the map. The map has like most of Scandinavia. It has most of Scandinavia. It has Denmark. Yeah, the upper part of them. It has Denmark, it has Scotland, it has Greenland, it has Iceland, and it has some part of the Baltic territory. So yeah, this is the grab. Sorry, this is this map, and in this map is super interesting. Now, if you want to check the bonuses on this map, the map is fairly even, but this is a progressive game, so really, you shouldn't be trying to go for bonuses, but if you do, really, I wouldn't worry breaking you, because really, other than that, these bonuses in the center, which I don't think anybody's going to be holding, really, none of these bonuses are going to be breaking the bank. This map is, I would say that this map is medium small. It's not that big, so really, the game is gonna end like any other true progressive game. It's just gonna end during the 3rd or 4th trading, whenever somebody doesn't have a trade on 4. That is how usually they do. So if you go for a bonus, good for you. I'm not gonna break you. And if somebody else tries to break you, I wouldn't do that either, because you will be spending a lot of times just for somebody doesn't get 2 extra troops per turn. Really, that is not going to break the bank. If you're saying that it's like a big map, then yeah, sure, there I will think about it. So having said that, let's go to the keys for this week, and I actually managed to pull them together. I just didn't do a nice animation, because this is the last thing that I did today. So the first thing that you have to do for this map is spread yourself out, people. This is a progressive game, so in progressive games you want to make sure that you have different positions throughout the map, so it's harder for people to kill you. The next thing that you want to do is, remember, bonuses are not necessary, but that is only early in the game. Early in the game, don't be smashing troops, or don't be trying to force people out. Really, they are not that important, at least for this map, this game. Second, after the first trading sequence, during the second one, just line who can you kill. That is what we mean by line the kills. See who can you kill, who will be like good targets that you can hit them in case that they don't have a trade on 3 or 4, and everything lines up perfectly. Just see which player can you get. It can either be a player that goes before you, or it can be a player that goes after you. More likely than not, it's gonna be somebody that goes after you, that you can go for the cards if push comes to shove. Now, this map, it does have a few territories where you could kill guard people, and because you don't have portals, then people have to get access to those locations like the old way, the hard way. So you can try to kill guard people, especially if it's somebody that is open to another player or they're weak. Then yeah, you can ensure that you can try to kill guard them as much as you can, to ensure that you can either get the kill or deny the kill for a stronger player that can just chain those kills in the future. Also, only go for kills when you will be trading in the same turn, because the first bounty in this game is not that big. It's only 1 point, and if you weaken yourself only for that bounty, then you're gonna be next. And if you don't trade, you're gonna be a sitting duck, as they say here in the US. So only go for bounties if you're gonna be trading in the same turn. That way, it's not as worth it for the other players to kill you. So just bear that in mind. The next thing is plan ahead, and that is something that I don't do whenever I'm playing. If you go for somebody's kill, while you do that, think who is going to be the next person that you want to kill. Because that is gonna impact the way that you do your attacks and the way that you do your fortifies. Because remember, sometimes you can attack, you can leave 3 troops behind, and then your big stack is lined up to get somebody else. So yes, go for people's kill, but try to plan ahead. Who are you going after? Who you're gonna be, you're trying to chain those kills, and that way you can actually finish the game in a sweep. So just bear in mind that you have to ensure that you plan ahead with that. And lastly, in the endgame, like the 3-player endgame or the 2-player endgame, make sure that you hold bonuses or break other people's bonuses. At the bonuses in progressive, they don't matter early on, but late in the game, bonuses and territory count, they matter, because there is going to be a period where none of the players are going to be having traits, and you need those extra troops so you can either minimize the territory count of your other players or just break their bonuses right away. So late in the game, if you're playing a 1v1 because nobody couldn't just sweep the game, you have to ensure that you can hold bonuses and you can break other people's bonuses, okay? Especially if you are in the 1v1 endgame. Now, that is all for the Risk tournament. Moving on, we have the VIP tournament, folks. For this tournament, we are on the road to the semifinals. There are a few players that they already qualified for the finals game, and there are 3 brackets, and in the upper bracket, we have Brilliant Frog of the White Meadow, Quarantine, Martin, Carter, 8786, or as we lovingly call him, the Irish Carter. You also have Jax Wild, that he's killing it. Jax Wild, he just burst into the Risk scene, and he has been consistently killing it. So I love seeing Jax Wild up there. And also Hudson Hornet. So, oh boy, this is a really nice crop of people that they already qualify for the VIP tournament. But also for the middle bracket, we have 3 players that qualified as well. We have Marcellus Fuse, Jolly Irving, and Speed Sepe. So right now we already have 9 players that qualify for the semifinals of the VIP tournament, and the last 3 players, they're gonna be defined either this week or later next week. That depends on how people can schedule that during the round 7. So that round 7 for the VIP tournament is gonna determine who's gonna be the last 3 players that are gonna be qualifying for the semifinals of this tournament. So congratulations to the player that they already made it to this up to this place, and let us see who are gonna be the last 3 players that will have a chance to make it to the finals of the VIP tournament. Now, for this week, for those players that may have a choice, those 6 players, you have the maps is gonna be Britannia Advanced World Domination with Blizzard's Fog of War, Unstable Portals, Progressive, and 60 Seconds. For the second game, you have Younger Scrolls, Capital Conquest. It's Capital Conquest 70% domination, which means that you actually have to hold. It doesn't say here, but in Younger Scroll you have to hold actually 70% of the territories so you can win. This is a really nice variation of the game that it happened early on, and I am loving it. I am loving it. I am loving that one. So you have Unstable Portals, which of course, the Younger Scroll is a fairly big map. So the Unstable Portals are going to be helping, but it's going to be fixed. Oh, I want to see this game. I need to see who's going to be broadcasting this one. I want to see this one because it's fixed. That means that you need to hold bonuses, but Younger Scrolls also have that many bonuses that can be easily be held. So I want to see how people actually do this. Now, the last game is going to be Dragon Fortress, 70%, 31 territories, Unstable Portals, fixed. So those are the 3 games that people are going to be playing. And remember that in this tournament, you have to win each one. The winner takes all. So if you win the game, you automatically move on to the next round. So it is going to be interesting to see who is going to be moving forward next week for this tournament. Now, let us move on to the 2v2 tournament. This is another tournament that is winding down. We are right now on the way to this. Actually, this is the way to the finals. My mistake for that one. Yeah, I didn't correct that there, but it's actually the way we are on the road to the finals of this tournament. For this tournament, we already have qualified teams that are going to be battling out to win the tournament for the 2v2 in the main Risk server. And from the winners bracket, we have 2 teams. We have the Frog of War, that their members are Parlux, Matt, and Call of War. And they're going to be fighting against Lord of the Pinks. And in this team, you have Sin the Dark, Horace Boy, and Mr. Babs. They're going to be playing, and whoever wins this game, they're going to be moving to the finals. And then from the losers bracket, you have Always kill your partner, KYP. In this team, you have Riddle, General Rivers, and Fabian Armada. And they're going to be fighting against Laughing and Crying, which is Eric, BW Johan, and Bertrand de Boer. So these are going to be the last two games that are going to be happening before we go to the finals. And in this tournament, we have, these are the default settings, people. I forgot to change that. My bad. Well, no, this is right. It's semifinals. Okay, yeah. So for this map, it's gonna be, these are the default settings. This is what everybody's gonna be playing every week, regardless. If they don't clarify exactly what is gonna be changing, that this is where you're gonna be defaulting to. So you have no blizzards with fog of war, portals, no portals. You have auto placement, progressive caps, expert AI, 60-second with alliances, but usually you only ally your partner. You have neutral bots and balance blitz without portals. So usually that is how it goes. And if they don't specify the map, then you have to play the classic map. Now, I don't think I updated this one. I think this were the last one for next week. So I'm not sure which one of these maps changed, but they're going to be playing this next week, folks. So they're going to be playing this for the next week, and with this, we're going to be able to know who are going to be the players making it to the finals. So, congratulations to everybody that made it up to this stage. Now, moving on to the Horror Tournament 2024. For this tournament, people, the finals already happened last week, and in the finals, it was placed in Commands Base C1X. It was World Domination, no Blizzards, no Fog of War, no Portals. It was auto placement, fixed, expert AI, 5 minutes, neutral bots, through random, and you cannot hold a bonus. People, yes, I know, like anything that you see here, it doesn't look anything related to horror, but the settings are the horror here. The settings are the horror in this map. So it was well played by the people that did this tournament. And the finalists were for this game: IP White, Sea Monster, Roberto Los, Asleep, the current FFA champion Digna 22, and Ananias Wellington. And the winner of this tournament, folks, was the winner? Ananias Wellington. So congratulations to Ananias for winning the horror tournament. Okay, wow, I can only imagine how gruesome winning that game was. I can only imagine that. Now, moving on to the next round of the Freedom Face-Off. The next round is going to be the fourth round. And in this map, they're gonna be the people have to decide between between two games, and they're not gonna be playing both games. They only have to vote, and whichever game wins, then that is what they're gonna be playing. Those are gonna be the settings that they're gonna be playing for that game. The Fight of Pyramids, the last thing that I read is that they're going to be resuming either this week or next week. Silent Legend, he already solved some of the issues that he had, and he's going to be resuming coordinating this, and he's going to be sending pings to the people. So if you are still alive on this tournament, please expect some kind of communication from Silent Legend and the staff team to make sure that you guys managed to finish this tournament. This is a really nice tournament. This is the one that started like the tournaments related to the maps with the map packs that we're receiving. So it would be good to see who is going to be the winner of this one. So again, if you are still alive on this tournament, make sure that you look for a communication from Silent Legend, and if you don't get a communication from Silent, just ping him DM him on Discord to make sure that you know if you're still in the game or if what happened, so we should be expecting news from this tournament next week or the week afterward. And I know people, there are too many tournaments. Now, we now move on to the Grandmaster tournament. In this tournament, we also are winding down. We are about to get close to the finals. And to the finals, we already have a few qualified players. From the upper bracket, we have Nice, Chris 14-14-33, and Feliz. They already punched their ticket to the finals of this tournament. From the middle bracket, folks, we have Tiger 15-12 and Parlock that they also punched their ticket to the finals. And the last spot is going to be determined sometime either this week or next week in the 9th round, where the people from the lower bracket, they are going to be battling out to determine which is going to be the last spot for the finals of the Grandmaster tournament, folks. So this is another tournament that is really good to see how it's going to go. I really enjoy the Grandmaster tournament. That BC element is great. Now, there is going to be 3 games for this week. The first game is going to be New Zealand and Australia Advanced. It's going to be Capital Conquest, but with that 70% modification to ensure that there is like another winning condition other than just grinding all the way down to the caps. And if there is a stalemate, then you have 50 territories to get, which is not that bad. You have stable portals and you have fixed card bonuses. So bonuses are important on that first game. In the second game, you have Lubeck, Zombie Apocalypse, and you have Assassins if there is a stalemate, and whoever kills their opponent first, that person wins, but that is Assassins in a nutshell. There is going to be Fog of War, of course, Unstable Portals, and Progressive Cards, so that is going to be also a good one. And the last game is going to be Dicey Trajectories, World Dominations, First to Kill, 50% domination if there is any kind of stalemate. So that means that first to kill, the first person to kill anybody wins the game. So that is going to be that one for that, and with that, we're going to know who are going to be the last people that are going to be fighting off for the next one. There are 2 more games left to determine who is going to be moving on to the finals on this tournament. At least that is what I read. Now, we move on to the next one. I know, folks, a lot of tournaments, I know. CTZ tournament. They're moving on to the next round. The next round is going to be played only by the lower bracket. And they are going to be playing the Jules Verne Mysterious Island, Zombie Apocalypse, of course. You have to color the zombies, even though they don't want to be colored by me. And you're going to have no blizzards, Fog of War, of course, unstable portals, and progressive. There is a modifier that... No, there is no modifier. And turn order kill to first to kill. Yeah, that is going to be the special rule if there is any kind of stalemate. Now, moving on to professional risk takers. Professional risk takers, let me remind you all that they broadcast all their games live in twitch.tv/professional risk takers. So if you want to catch a lot of good different interesting risk tournaments that they do, go to their Twitch channel, you can follow them, and you're going to be able to watch a lot of games. And there is a lot of awesome broadcasters that they give you like different things. They actually explain you what's going on. So it's really good if you want to know more about risk and you also want to understand better how to play the game. Most of these broadcasters, they're really good at the game and they enjoy doing this, and they can give you that insight into the game that you might be missing if you're watching only one person. Because of course, if you're watching me play my own game, you're going to watch my perspective. But as a broadcaster, I am able to detach myself from the game, and I can just tell you what is going on with each one of the players and how they should do whatever they have to do. So I think that is one of the nice things that professional risk takers are doing with their program. The next thing is that all the games, if you miss any kind of game that they're broadcast on Twitch, you can always catch them all on their YouTube channel. So you're going to be able to watch their YouTube channels. And if you want to know more about them, they have a webpage that is professionalrisktakers.com, and there you can watch all the information that you need to watch. If you have any questions about PRT, I do believe in what they're doing, and I do believe in different things that they're doing. And if you have any questions, I am more than happy to explain why I believe I like what they're doing. Even though, yes, bear in mind that if you want to be a part of Professional Risk Takers, you do have to pay an annual membership. So that is the only downside, I guess. If you can't or don't want to, then yeah, it is fine. Now, they have 2 tournaments this week going. You have the Speed Caps. In the Speed Caps, you are going to the finals. I couldn't see the finalists yet, so I might be just mentioning them next week. And the plan that they're going to be winning, that they're going to be playing for the finals, are going to be Red Sands Fort, Capital Conquest, of course, and they have like the whole thing. So that one is upcoming. And they also have the PRT Cup. In the PRT Cup, they're going to be playing one game. That game is going to be Pirates Bay, 70% domination. I really don't like this map. It's really uneven, and it's really, really spawn heavy. So I don't like this map at all. Even though it's 70% domination, I really don't like this map. Now, moving on to the Rivertown Invitational Tournament. This is one that happened on the JJ Bros server. All the games were speed splits, and all the games had like these settings. And the tournament already ended. And in the first place, you have Geode. In the third place, you have Roberto Los. On the second position, you have Faceoff, and the winner of this tournament was none other than Mr. JJ Bro himself. So congratulations to JJ for winning in the game. I play with him this map, and it's really fun. It's fun. It's fun to play. For me, it was just funny when I saw that he won the tournament. And okay, we did that, and now we go to upcoming tournaments. Right now, we only have one upcoming tournament announced for the rest of the year, and that tournament is gonna be the FFA Throwback. I think you still have time to log to join. Yeah, you have until December 3rd. You have until next week to join this tournament if you haven't done so yet. All you have to do is go to the main Risk server, and in there, in the thread, you just write sign up in the sign ups for the FFA tournament, and there you are gonna be in. If you have any question how to do this, just let me know, and I gladly can help you. If not, just ping somebody from an event helper or staff, and they should be willing to help you. Well, that is up to them. Now, the next one is the next interview. We don't have a next interview yet. I don't think it's going to happen this year. We might be doing something on early next year. So there's not going to be any interviews this year. I think if we try to do it right now, it's going to be in a month time. In a month, it's going to be Christmas. I don't want anybody to prep for a Christmas unless we have to. I don't know. If I change my mind and I get somebody willing to do something before Christmas or around Christmas, then sure, we do it. But if not, then probably something early in January. Also, we have the community news. In the community news, I want to remind you all that they are the Risk Community Awards. If you want to recognize somebody from the community that they have been doing a lot of stuff, they have been contributing to the community throughout the past year, this is your time, folks. All you have to do is go to friendsofrisk.com/awards, and in there you're gonna be able to select different things. One of the things that you can select is you have the main awards. When you can select the player of the year, you can select the tournament of the year, and you can select the staff of the year. And this is something that I would like to highlight a lot, folks. Staff of the year is super, super important because there is a lot of tournaments going, and right now we complain a lot that there are 200 tournaments. I am one of those people complaining about that, but you have a lot of people that they participate in these tournaments, and almost nobody's getting paid for doing that. You know, whenever you see somebody putting a tournament together, whenever you see somebody pinging you to join the game, whenever you see somebody helping you change states, or whenever you see somebody pinging, helping you swap groups. Those are people that they're just doing that. They're going through all that trouble just to make a tournament go. They're not getting paid, and I think at least a thank you is more than good to not more than good, but it's a good starting point to reward these people for their efforts. So I encourage you to go to friendsofrisk.com and nominate people. It's good for the player of the year, whoever that person might be. Yeah, it will be good to show them some love. Tournament of the year, there is a lot of different tournaments that are also really good. But staff of the year is the one that I think I have the closest to heart. I have never been I have never been. Okay. What is that? Oh, damn it. My bad. I let this one go through. My bad. Let me remove this. Why did I fall for that? Anyway, for me, staff of the year is the one that I have closest to heart. I have never been staff, but I was an event helper for a while, about 2 years ago, and I see a lot of the work that goes through that. And there is a lot of people like Marcellus Fuse and Seroki that they are helping in a lot of tournaments, and at least some kind of recognition to let them know, hey, I see you and I see what you're doing. It will be a good start to thank them for all the effort that they do. Okay, now the next one is gonna be. You have also additional awards. You have, for example, the best new tournament. Capture the flag. My bad. I don't know. I have that in my throat. But you have best new tournament. Whenever you see if you saw a new tournament this year that it actually shatter your expectations, that you had a lot of fun, feel free to go there and recognize that tournament. Also, you have the new player of the year. If you see somebody that they just came out of nowhere and they just burst through the scene and they have been killing it ever since you saw that name popping, feel free to mention in there. It would be good to join them too. Also, you have Community Resource of the Year. Whenever you see somebody Eric, that he is doing Brilliant Frog. Brilliant Frog. Well, if you want me to give you a few names, yeah, Brilliant Frog has been in a lot of tournaments right now in the top right now. You have Brilliant Frog, you have Jax Wild that he's also in a lot of the. Whenever you see like the finalists and semi-finalist list, you see a lot of Jax Wild. You also see Arco. You also see Roberto Los. He has been in a lot of. Oh, the new player, Brilliant Frog. Yeah, but Frog is not new, is he? I know. I don't know if he's new to the community, but if he isn't, sure. I don't know. I'm having some kind of Mandela effect here. I thought that I saw Frog last year. He's the newest? Okay, then if he's the newest, then yeah. Then definitely he should be recognized because he is making a lot of waves this year. Definitely. We see him constantly in the top. We see him constantly in the top of the of the rankings. Also, you have the community resource of the year. Less than a year? Okay, then, okay. Horace Boy, he just confirmed. Oh, Horace Boy is another person that I would also nominate for Player of the Year. He's also been killing it this year, too. So you have Community Resource of the Year. That could be anything that has helped you throughout the year to better understand what's going on in the risk community. This could be it, but I'm not that full of myself, people. I'm not trying to pretend, but for example, I'm gonna vote for Friends of Risk because I think the effort that Eric is putting into making that web page, that page from just a resource where everything was in a single place. Right now, they integrated the events manager and the pingings and the groups. They're doing a lot of stuff with that freaking page that I'm loving everything that I see. And now with the karma points, which might be hurting me, but whatever. With the karma points, I think I am loving what they're doing with Friends of Risk. And I am going to be nominating Friends of Risk. But it's not only Friends of Risk. It's not only this. Whatever resource has been helping you throughout the year in the community, that is something that you can mention in there. If it has like a bot that has been helping you a lot, I don't know. Something in the community, it can be a person, a system, a bot, a website, a server, anything that you think has been helping the risk community is something that is going to be good to be nominating here. Because again, there is a lot of effort that goes into all of that. And almost nobody's getting paid to do, almost nobody's getting paid for their work that they're putting into all of this. I know that I am not, and there is other people that they're not. They're actually spending money to make sure that those resources are there. And at least a shout out to Eric for the community resource of the year or anybody else. I think it goes a long way to let them know, hey, I see you and you're doing an awesome job. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Invitational. It can be Discord too. You have content creator of the year. Again, if you enjoy Pete, if you enjoy Kilted, if you enjoy Becky, if you enjoy JJ, if you enjoy Olive, champion ever. You also have Marcelo started streaming fairly early. You have Risky Weather Guy. You have Tanner. You have Mr. Evolve. I know that I'm missing a lot of people. You have, of course, Spot. You have Trendy. You have Brilliant Frog is also streaming. Like, you have a lot of people that are streaming. And again, it doesn't have to be one of the bigger. Yeah, I mentioned Pete. He was the first one that I mentioned. I mentioned Pete. I mentioned Kilted. I think that is how it started. Hopefully, if not, I'm not trying to start a war, people. I'm not trying to start a war. But I think I started with those two specifically. But anyway. You have a lot of resources here. Yeah, you can mention the biggest one, of course, because they are the ones that are giving the most exposition to the game. But if you see other people that they have been doing a good job and you're enjoying their content, you can also shout them here. Again, it's not necessarily who you think can win, but you can you can use this as a shout out to a person like, hey, I see what you're doing. And just a nomination, it can go long way, because especially when you're starting doing all of this, there is a lot of grind. There is a lot of stuff that you have to learn, and just putting yourself out there and doing all of this, it takes a lot of courage, people. If I don't know if you remember, but when I started, I didn't even have my face in the screen. So it takes a lot of courage to do all of this, and a lot of people that they're starting, maybe maybe they're not as big as Pete, or they're not as big as any of the other bigger streamers, but maybe they do some content that you like. It would be good to give them a shout out for the effort that they're putting in whatever they're doing with their content. So again, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, maybe you're the biggest, but maybe it's like, hey, I like what you're doing this year. So that is something also that you can add in there. So I'm just trying to give options, because of course, Pete is the bigger. He is doing a lot of awesome stuff for the community, of course, and just his continued exposure to the community is helping everybody else because, of course, people can start watching Pete, but they maybe want some more risk content, and they just branch out into other people, into other streamers. So I am not trying to take anything away from them because I think what the bigger streamers are doing is helping all of us. But if there is anybody else that you would like to shout out, this is a good opportunity to do so too. And the best moment of the year. Who do you think had the best moment? Last year, I think it was JJ dying to a bot. That is what won. That was hilarious. But if there is any other thing that you saw this year, if there is anything else that you saw that, I don't know, that it was amazing, I don't know. If you saw something here and you saw something that maybe there is a video or there is something in Discord, that there is a screenshot or something, make sure to highlight that as well. Me, I am blank. I have no idea what I'm going to be nominating here, so I'm just going to go with whatever is already there. But if you have any suggestions or anything, feel free to share that in there, okay? If you don't know, and I know that I have been talking a lot, but all of this is just open. There is no selections. The only thing that you select is the category because those are fixed. But other than that, the nominations and the why, that is open to you. You can just write there whatever you want to write, okay? So it is open to with whatever you want to do in there. And again, it goes long ways to thank people for the job that they're doing in the community. And now, the developer news, folks. The developer news. Secret missions are coming. I want to see how this goes because, yeah, you have the secret missions that where you can like grab a continent, grab a territory. That sounds interesting. But for me, the ultimate secret mission that will be awesome will be Assassins. That will be great. And I don't know if they included that or they only went with the secret missions that you actually have in the board game. Yeah, that is nice to have for more people that like the board game, but I would rather have them add Assassins here because that will be a great thing to do. Because if you don't have to go through the whole bot, even though it's not that bad, but if you don't have to go through the whole bot, it is gonna be easier because the game automatically can terminate the game whenever somebody kills their target. So I don't know. I am eager. I want to see because this is something new. Yeah, I agree there with you, Invitational. So, yes, there is secret missions, but for what I've seen in their website, it looks more like the secret missions that you see in the game itself, in the board game, that you just take a continent and you win or something like that. Sure, that is a good starting point, but I think Assassins would have been a better thing because it's something that you can better integrate into the game, and actually the game itself can be the one that can do all of those calculations or whatever. So yeah, but I still want to see what's going on. And also they are going to be releasing a new map. They didn't have enough information, but apparently it's space related. So there is going to be a map pack with more dice and more stuff that is going to be added to the game. And all of that is going to be coming in December 2024. So expect an update. And if that update is going to be coming, if it's going to be coming, remember that you have to update first, and then all of these options are going to be available to you. Additionally, if you don't update your game, then you're not going to be able to play with other people in tournaments or stuff. So you have to bear in mind whenever they announce that the update is ready, if you play in your computer, if you play in your phone, make sure that you add that you update your game so you can keep playing at the very least. And then you also are going to have all of that available to you, folks. And after a long while, that is all for the risky news today, folks. And again, I want to thank everybody on YouTube for watching this. I love to have you all here. And on Twitch, don't go yet. I'm still going to be doing more stuff after this one. And that's it. Harlow says bye. Thank you.